Yeah, I love the idea that being able to amass more information doesn't make you data driven, or even saying the words data driven doesn't make you data driven. But it begs the question: what does a data driven healthcare organization like? What are the characteristics of it? Is it what they can do once they get the data that makes them data driven?
Yeah, one of my colleagues here who's been here for a long time likened our analytics work historically exactly where we started with fee for service versus a value-based approach. He said fee for service analytics means, again, more is better. Like the more you do, the more reports we generate. Again, the more data driven. It's a bit of an illusion. I think it's wrong. I think if you said, if you counted the number of bytes or the number of terabytes or petabytes in your data warehouse, you count the number of reports that you generate every day or every month. Like, I'm not saying those aren't somewhat interesting and somewhat valuable metrics, but really it's about the use. And if you say value-based analytics is a phrase that he coined, I think that's an important way to frame it. Are we gleaning value? Are they being used? Number one, like tree that falls in the forest. If we're producing reports that nobody's looking at, or if they're wrong, or if they're discordant, or if they're not adding value, then what's the point? I can make a million of those and not add any value to the organization. So I think that's a hallmark to me. If you really are data driven, it doesn't mean that you have the most, it means you figured out how to use it the most effectively.